welcome to July's frequency forecast. This is where you are going to understand what kind of energy is influencing you as an individual and all of us as a collective, and how to actually move through these energies, because God knows that we need all of the guidance and the support that we can get, because it is a little nuts out there, isn't it? So I'm just going to give it a few seconds before we dive in to the forecast. If you're new to my universe, welcome. My name is Julie Sasha Klutze, and I'm the owner of Divine Femme, which is a coaching and mentoring business. And what I love to do is I love to use the power of numerology. I've been a certified master intuitive numerologist for over a decade, and I'm also an energy healer, and I've combined both worlds so that we can start moving as a divine feminine energy, so that women who know deep down inside that they came here to be and do and have more can actually create that reality for themselves. So I love to work with conscious, soulful women who know they have this inner niggle, right? They have this soul calling. They know that there's something else out there for them, but they're currently in a situation where they're not living out their soul purpose, where they're holding back, where they're settling, where they're stagnating. And what I do is that I offer massive clarity through their soul purpose. And I also help them align to their soul purpose and to integrate it so that they can start moving forward and start sharing their own brand of magic, right? Like they always wanted to. And one of the things I love to do every month and every year, and I'll explain to you why, is to give you the forecast, the energetic forecast of what is going on. See, I use numerology in my own personal life every single day, and I use it as my inner GPS system, right? It's my compass, it's my North Star. And that is how I coach women. I coach them through their numerical codes, right? So there's no just throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping that something's gonna stick. When I coach you, the coaching is deeply rooted into your numerical coding. And your numerical coding is part of your soul's blueprint. It's part of your DNA. It's your electromagnetic signature. So we can't go wrong, right? The saying numbers don't lie, they really don't. So in numerology, there is such a thing called universal cycles. Okay, so there are universal year cycles, and I have done a video on 2022's energy. You can go and check that out. And I also do monthly forecasts, because every month the energy shifts. So the best way for me to explain this to you is to use the analogy of 2022 is a big storyline. Just see it as a book, okay? Just a big book, and there are 12 chapters in it, right? That means 12 months. And every month is a new chapter. It is part of the big storyline. But every month, it's like the plot thickens, right? It's like there's other things that are coming in, new characters are coming in, there's new situations that are coming in, new events, new experiences, okay? So in 2022, this year, and we're already half through, the energy, the frequency behind this year is all about healing. It is a massive, massive healing year. And that encompasses so much, right? There's so much healing to do. I'm seeing so many collective wounds, ancestral wounds. I am just seeing everything come up to the surface for it to be felt and for it to be dealt with and released. But you know, it's easy to just say, hey, just heal yourself, right? Just heal these wounds and go on with your life. It's a process, it's a journey. Okay, so 2022 is all about healing. Why? Because it's a sixth energy, and the sixth also represents higher vision and is directly in line with your destiny. So a lot of us are going through massive awakening right now. It's like we are waking up saying, you know what? I am just not feeling fulfilled. I am not feeling happy. I'm not feeling it anymore. I'm not resonating with my life anymore. This career path that I chose for myself, I don't want it. I'm realizing how miserable I am. I've been trying to convince myself for years and years and years that I'm okay with it, but I'm not. I really are. I'm not. Same thing with relationships or with your health. This is all coming up. So there's a lot of healing happening right now. So if you're an energetic healer, right? If you're doing Reiki, or if you're you have psychic abilities, or you're a coach, a lot of people are seeking guidance and support because they really are going through massive, massive shifts right now. And so are the light leaders, right? Myself as a light leader, I'm going through massive amounts of healing. It's almost like the earth is not giving us a choice. It's like you need to heal your stuff because we all want to ascend into 5D. We want to let go of the old paradigm, the 3D matrix. A lot of people call it that. And we want to ascend to new earth, 5D, right? So we need to do the work. We need to do the inner work. So this is what's happening right now. That's why we're seeing a lot of polarity right now. This year, we're seeing a lot of people, there's a lot of talking about the left wing and the right wing. When I look at the number 6, it's almost like there are 3 lanes that are opened, okay? And you get to choose. The 2 lanes that are on each side, those are the extreme. And then the one in the middle is alignment. And that's the one that we want to aim for. We want to be able to live in the alignment and to actually be able to live within the dualities. We can't escape the dualities of earth. This is what we came here to experience: the yin, the yang, the right, the wrong, the up, the down. It's part of the human experience. And a lot of people are saying, oh, I want to ascend into 5D where there's going to be no more challenges and everything's just going to be like, rainbow and unicorns. And I'm here to tell you that that's crap. 5D, of course, is going to be much more balanced. And what the difference is that in the 5th dimension, when we've reached that level of consciousness, it's that when there are certain challenges, the way we perceive them and the way we actually walk through them and journey through them is so much easier. We do it with confidence and grace and ease, right? We don't stay stuck. We don't stay stagnant. We see things in a different perspective, okay? So this is what's happening in 2022. This is the storyline. It's about healing so that we can align to our higher vision as a collective, right? Because we're all aiming towards ascension. And also as an individual, because it takes each and every one of us to create a collective. We're all part of the grid here. So we all need to start doing the work in our own backyard. We need to learn how to lead ourselves first and become very responsible for the choices that we make and what we have made, the ones that we have made in the past. Okay, so this is the theme. This is the whole storyline of what's playing out in 2022. Okay, and some people are going to choose one of the lanes, the far lanes, and then others are going to thrive and strive towards the alignment, the middle one. Okay, so now that we know the storyline, now that we know what 2022 is all about, now we're going to dive into the chapters. So we're starting a new chapter. We're in the 7th chapter, which is July, right? And there are different frequencies that are happening right now, but it all makes sense. Stick with me and you will understand how phenomenal and how powerful it is to know this, because you're going to be able to actually move through this and through your own stuff, and maybe even help others do the same if you are a light leader, okay? And you can help you, even if you don't see yourself as one. I mean, you can still, if you get this and you do the work, then you're gonna become a role model for other people, and you're gonna become a leader by default, right? Other people look at you and say, hey, you've changed, or you're looking better, you look like you're doing well. What did you do? What happened? And they're going to want to have what you're having, right? They're going to want to follow you and to know what it is that you've done, okay? So let's all be an inspiration, which is like one of the frequencies that is coming up for July. So I was talking about that we're in the 7th month, right? So this frequency, the number 7, is all about reflection. So we're going to be entering a period of inner self-work. This is where solitude is really important. So you might see your loved ones or other people just wanting to have their own time, the private moments. You might even feel like you want to go on a retreat, or you just want to have your alone time or start meditating or reflecting or journaling. I strongly suggest that you follow your intuitive nudges. Please do so. There's a reason why you're feeling this. It's because it's in the energy. And this is what's going to help you start reflecting, because see, the 7 is a master at mirroring what it is that we don't like in our lives anymore. So a lot of stuff are going to be reflected back into our face, and we might not like it, but we have to remember this. It is all happening for us, even when it feels uncomfortable, even when you feel like, oh my God, I think I have to make a choice. I think I'm at the tipping point. This is happening for you. I have a client right now who's at her tipping point, right? And she's been trying to fight it for a long time now. And she reached out to me not too long ago and she says, okay, I can no longer ignore this. It's like a screaming toddler right now. I cannot ignore it. We need to do something. Something has to give. We have to change right now. So she's at her tipping point, and she understands that this is happening for her. And so when you understand this, you're not going to resist what is being shown to you. I'm inviting you to embrace it and to actually go and look behind the discomfort. What is the life lesson? What's the life lesson? What's the clue, right, that the universe is giving you so that you can shift, okay? So the 7's energy is going to be all about that. And I really want you to trust this, because the 7 brings in the energy of trust. Do you trust the process of this inner work? Do you trust that the universe is co-creating with you? Do you trust that you possess everything that you need in order to move through whatever it is that you're going through right now? So there's going to be a lot of that is going to be coming up. So a lot of reflection, a lot of mirroring, a lot of Sherlock Holmes type of energy where you're going to have to go and look behind the mirror. What is going on? Why is this coming up? Why do you feel so uncomfortable about it? And then there might be other things that are going to mirror back to, reflect back to, that you're really happy about. And that's amazing too, because you need to know what feels aligned and what doesn't feel aligned. Remember, 2022 storyline is all about aligning to your higher vision. It's all connected. This is a chapter, right? July is a chapter in the big 2022 storyline. It's helping you move through this. So you need to make sure that you do this introspective type of work, this inner work. Don't fall into the habit of just trying to be busy because it's summer and it's like, oh, busy, I need to do this, I need to go to that barbecue. You know, the world has reopened and so everybody's just so busy. Please take the time to sit with yourself. Okay, there's a lot of power in solitude. And I invite you to embrace that, okay? So that's one of the energies that's coming in, and I will tie it all up together so you'll see how they all help one another, and you can't do one thing without the other, okay? So when I do my calculations, July ends up being a number 4, okay? A 4 energy. Now, the 4 is all about getting very, very clear as to what you want to build. Because the 4, just like if you look at the square, right? It's all about foundation. It's about building. It's about structure. Okay, it's about step-by-step process. So it's really, really important for you to do the introspection with the 7 so that it can become clear with your vision, right? With the 6's vision, the universal year 6, so that you can be very clear on your higher vision, on your destiny, on your highest potential. What is it that you want to build? And as a collective, we're going to start seeing things shift. We're going to start seeing things actually crumble, old systems starting to really crumble. Some already have. There's going to be even more in July. We're going to see a lot of things crumbling because a lot of things are built on shaky grounds. And if you have certain aspects of your life that are built on shaky grounds, it's going to crumble. In July, it is going to crack and it's going to crumble. And it's going to mirror back, it's going to reflect back to you. Do you see how powerful this is? The universal energies are becoming so potent and so strong. And it's not because they want us to have a really difficult time. It's because the earth has already ascended in 5D. And as its residents, we need to follow suit. We need to follow suit. And so the universe is like, let's go. Enough of this pussyfooting around and let's just do it. So you really need to get clear as to what it is that you want to build so that whatever it is you do build is on solid foundation. It's on solid grounds because you don't want to have to start over again. Okay? Very, very important. It's about sustainability. It's about the long-term thing. And we're going to see this in society. We're going to see this in the collective. You're going to see things starting to become either to crumble or other things that are already built on a very solid foundation and aligned, right, to the new earth. We're going to see that building and growing and expanding. It's going to be really, really interesting to see. Okay. Now, the last energy that is playing out, the last frequency that is playing out in July is the number 9. Now, the 9, I call it the number of the light worker because it's the number of completion. It's the highest number and the base number is in numerology. Okay. And so it's about completing a cycle. And the way that I have looked at it and I've really connected with my guides and the universal realm, I mean, it was the way that I was shown, the transmission that I received was that this month, this is the chance for us to break ancestral wounds. This is where we get to break a cycle. So if you are seeing yourself in this ancestral lineage where there's this deep wound, let's say of abuse, or maybe it's people pleasing, maybe it's, I don't know, whatever it is, okay? It could be ego, right? It could be anything. And in numerology, we can actually tap into that coding. I can find it very easily in your chart. So this is a time where we're going to be able to actually break a cycle in our ancestral lineage. And as a collective, I was saying this earlier, right? There are collective wounds that, of course, are associated with ancestral lineage. And we're going to see a lot of these wounds, a lot of these cycles, I mean, being broken. There's going to be a lot of that. So it's going to be a very, very potent inner work, spiritual, very in-depth type of month. And I'm saying this not so that you go, oh my God, like I thought it was summer and I was going to have fun and have a barbecue and go camping and whatnot. It can be a very, very expansive, and it could be a very important and powerful period of growth for you and for the collective. So I'm excited about it because the way that I see it is that in order for us as a collective, and remember, we're all individuals within this collective, right? So it all starts in our backyard. But in order for us as a collective and as individuals to heal and to align to our destiny, which means like to our higher self, right? Our highest mission, our highest path, our highest potential, we need to break the cycles. We need to break these negative cycles that have been following us for centuries. And in order for us to do that, we need to go into reflection. We need to go into reflection, do the inner work, and take inventory as to what it is that is aligned to us and what is not, what is hindering us and what is actually helping us move forward. This is how we get to build a stronger foundation. This is how we get to build the new earth. It's a very, very powerful time. It's a very powerful time in humanity. And you chose to be part of it, which says a lot. I really want you to understand this. You raised your hand for this. You chose to be here. I want you to embrace that and to take it seriously and to honor your soul purpose, to honor your mission in life and not settle and not dim your light just so that you can please others and not play small just so that you don't rock the boat. right? So for this month that's coming up, I'm really urging you and encouraging you to take some time to reflect. Get yourself a journal. Or, you know, what I do also, what I've learned actually when I was in a closed initiate school for Mystics and Sages, which was over a decade ago. One of the things that my mentor used to ask us is to voice record every day, just for a few minutes, just how things went, and just record it. And if you had any aha moments, then you would record it. And at the end of the week, we had to, as an assignment, we had to listen to all of our recordings, and we had to critique it. We had to really take a step back and listen to ourselves. And I will say, until you do it, you won't understand the power of this practice. It is so powerful because you will actually hear and understand things about yourself that you wouldn't otherwise. This is a huge teaching that I've been guided to tell you this, and I still do it. I re-listen to myself and I'm like, oh my God, okay, there I was acting like a victim, or there I was in my victim mentality, or I completely misunderstood that one. It didn't dawn on me. I'm able to connect the dots. I'm able to reflect. And when you see clearly, then you're more aware, then you're able to shift and make decisions. That's what life's all about. It's about doing the inner work. It's about leading yourself first. It's about expansion. It's about experiencing more and more things. It's not about stagnating and staying in the same spot. That's not being alive. That's just existing. And I'm all about being alive. You know, I want to live. I don't want to just merely exist. So, time of reflection, I urge you to take out some time every day, even if it's just 2-3 minutes. Just do that, please. Inventory. Take inventory on what no longer resonates with you. Like, what is it with you have this vision. I want you to take time and really get focused on this higher vision. What do you see for yourself? Like, what ignites you? And if you're having a hard time answering these questions, this is because you have been disconnected to your purpose, to your electromagnetic signature, to your truest essence for far too long. And I don't want you to feel bad about this, because we all have been. And this is because of all of the programming that we've received since we're little babies. And it's not about, blaming anyone. It's not about pointing the finger at anybody. It's not about feeling sorry for ourselves. It's about understanding that this is what happened. And if you can't answer the question of, well, what's my highest vision? Like, what is it that I see for myself? What ignites my soul? Then I invite you to reach out to me, because through my readings, this is where you're going to experience a deep soul remembrance. Okay, I am going to reconnect you with everything that you came in with. Okay, I'm going to reconnect you with all your numerical coding, your soul's blueprint. There's a reason why you were born on that specific day. There's a reason why you were given that specific name. Okay, so that's another thing. So it's get aligned and get very clear as to what it is you want to create. Because if not, you're just going to create by default. And who wants that? Okay, then I want you to take inventory. Okay, so what aligns with this? What doesn't? What resonates with what I want to create for myself? The relationships, your habits, your beliefs, everything. You need to look at it. You need to really go through it, and to just check off the ones that need to go, to leave. And you need to kick them to the curb. All of these things that are no longer aligning. Forgiveness is another huge thing. And sometimes forgiving others seems to be a little easier than forgiving yourself, but forgiveness also includes you. You need to let yourself off the hook. You've made mistakes. Maybe you've dishonored your soul purpose. Maybe you've disappointed yourself instead of disappointing somebody else, right? You chose to just disappoint yourself instead of hurting somebody else's feelings. You need to just let yourself off the hook. Okay? Let's just look at the life lesson behind there. There's the sevens reflective energies. Look at the life lesson behind that. And just move forward, right? It's like extract the life lesson from it and move forward and leave the rest behind. You don't need to drag all of that luggage all the time. It's too heavy. And that's what keeps you stagnant. And that's what keeps you depleted and tired. Okay? So this is going to be one heck of a month. It's going to be a very interesting month. I'm going to be watching, and of course I am going to be experiencing it, and I think that I'm going to come back in 2 weeks from now and do an energetic update on July, because I'm looking at the numbers and the frequency behind it all, and this is a very, very important time in this year, and this could be the shift. This could be the shift for each and every one of us and as a collective. I'm really excited about this month. So, like I was saying earlier, if you're interested in my readings, I will put the link in the description. Just get onto my scheduler. Let's book a reading and let's dive into the numerical realm together. Let's have you experience a deep soul remembrance, and let's have you go through some breakthroughs, because through my readings, you don't just receive information, you actually experience transformation. Okay. And I also offer one-on-one mentorship, which is called Luminary. And this is where you have me in your back pocket and we take massive quantum leaps, and you're able to shift in such a rapid pace because you are no longer writing solo. You have me with all of my expertise and my mad deciphering skills, where I'm able to help you see where it is that you're sabotaging yourself, where it is that you're getting in your own way, so that we can just peel back those layers, heal what needs to be healed so that you can move forward. Okay, so if you're ready to go all in, then Luminary is your ticket, and it's only by application, okay? Because we need to actually have a conversation to see if we're a good fit, okay? It's really important for me. So, July is going to be quite the month. Please let me know in the comments how you are resonating with all this, and if you have any questions, because I really want you to be able to move through the energies. Massive energies are coming in July, especially with the new moon that came in not too long ago. I'm still feeling the new moon. So I'm here for you. Let's all join hands together and let's do this as a collective. So I'm sending you all so much love and so much light. Ciao for now.